in a few of my videos lately, I've been saying I've been trying to break the YouTuber habit, and that YouTuber habit is people going out to investigate and talking way too much and having the camera on them too much. And this is a small little piece of clip showed how much being quiet and being silent and listening out really paid off. Where I am is in the hallway of Cumber House. The carpet is about that thick. It is absolutely lush carpet, and I ask for a knocking response, and I get it, and I get it directly on hard wood. The sounds you hear in the background is a group, a part of the team upstairs, and as far as I know, some of the other team was out in the stable yard at the time. So I took this opportunity to investigate the hallway when nobody else was there. There was a little glitch as well with a REM pod that was on a couple of steps where the camera was set. But, it just shows that, not always do you need high-tech equipment to investigate. Now, I do have a lot of equipment. People have seen that. I have tons and tons of equipment. But for me, I've learned that, yes, use equipment, because if we don't use equipment and we don't see the pros and the cons, that technology can't improve. But to use your instincts as well. So many investigators go out and they have a highly technical investigation, and they use high tech equipment 100% of the time and depend on that for their evidence. But the question is, are they not using their senses anymore to sit down, be quiet, and just listen out and that? And the big mistake that a lot of YouTubers can make is feeling the need to talk to the camera. A little bit of that is still there, but if you want to try and break that, sometimes just don't have the camera in your hand, put it on a tripod, and do the investigation pretending the camera isn't there. And I've been doing that lately, using a tripod, setting the camera down rather than holding the camera all the time. You see a lot of investigators there, the camera's in their hand all the time. They turn the camera around and, hi guys, and who wants some shout outs and all that kind of stuff. What I'd done was I had this opportunity of investigating the staircase while the rest of the group was in different places and that, and just sit down and be quiet and that, and here's that little bit of a clip, and you can hear that little tap. Now, when you call out for a response, sometimes people get impatient and they're expecting that response straight away. Now, the energies that we're dealing with don't have a physical body, so we don't know how that kind of poltergeist activity occurs, where things are moved, or physical taps or physical bangs are made. So it may take a lot of energy to do that. So I think it's important that we be patient, and as well as that, what I'm trying to learn as well is not going into a location and say, can you touch this, can you touch that, can you touch the REM pod, can you make the lights go off? When asking those kind of questions, what I'm trying to do now is ask the questions, certainly, but ask them in a way sort of, can you touch this bell? and when you touch if you touch this bell, it means that it shows me that you're here. Or if you touch this bell, it means you can speak to me, or it means I can speak to you. You know, you're give it a purpose. Give it a, you know, rather than say, can you touch this? Can you do this? Can you do this? Can you jump up in the air? Can you do this? Can you move this? Can you slam that door? For no reason. They don't have to do this for you. So what I'm trying to learn, I'm trying to learn slowly. It's all a growing and it's all a learning process. Ask the spirits. They're in the room with your equipment, with your REM pod, with your K2s or your EMF detectors or whatever. Can you do this so that I know that you're here, so I can speak with you? You know, give it a purpose of the question. Give it a reason why you're asking that question, and you may get better responses. But I'm going to show you this little clip here. As you can see, I'm in the hallway. You can hear the sounds upstairs. There's people in the dining room, and I think there's people out in the stable yard as well. So the people out in the stable yard aren't going to affect sound, but you can hear a few voices upstairs. Disregard that, but you can hear this solid tap, and it takes some time after I ask the question to this, you know. So you know when we done this investigation, a lot of them says that was a quiet night. The thing is, you know, to us it may have been a quiet night, and it did sound like it was a quiet night. It didn't seem like there was a lot happening, but when I took home, you know, the footage and stuff and started going through it, there was things. We had a light anomalies on two occasions on the footage that I got, and just want to show you this tapping response. Right, I'm going for a little wander. I see. I'm going to sit in the stairs for a little while. If there's anyone here in this room, this hallway, can you show yourself as a light anomaly on these stairs? We've got a little right, can you make a knocking sound? It's coughing from upstairs. Like this is just showing that people ask me, what do I need to get to start investigating? I think the most important thing is to be in tune yourself. You know, um, to be observant both by listening and watching. You know, um, if you want to start off with a piece of equipment, start off with your camera, and even if you haven't any other pieces of equipment, just go with your camera and sit and listen and watch. Now, for an average viewer, you see the TV shows, there's action every 10 or 15 seconds. It's not the true story, you know. Very often it's sitting around for hours and hours with no, and we're not sitting there entertaining the camera and entertaining the viewer. A lot of the time it's sitting there in silence, and sometimes that is required. But you see, over and over again, YouTubers sitting in front of the camera talking way, way too much, on an investigation. And I think the last while I've learned an awful lot of lessons of investigating. You put the investigation first. You put the video that you want to produce after it second, not first. The evidence, the doing the investigation needs to come first. There's so many people out there, and there's some of these big YouTubers that have messed up in, right guys, we're going live, who wants some shout outs, and they do their video and they come on live later on and they say, I like doing lives because, you get the live out, people can see it, and I don't have to do anything when I go home. It's not like that for a paranormal investigator. Paranormal investigator, most of the work, I would say nearly 80% of the work takes place at home. Because a lot of the events that happens on a location is not seen by the investigator or heard. It's when you go home is when you get the evidence, when you discover the evidence. And that, even if you go on a live stream, if you produce, a live stream on an investigation, that footage that is put out live needs to be analysed when the investigator comes home. And there's a lot of people out there now. They put the main purpose of doing an investigation is to get a video out so you can get subscribers, you can get viewers, you can get the money rolling in and all the rest of it. I have no problem with people making money. But if you want to be a proper paranormal investigator, you need to analyse that footage thoroughly when you go home, And very often, the reason why I know why a lot of this does not happen is the live stream goes out on some of these big YouTuber channels, and that is it. It's on to the next one. There's no review afterwards. There's no review video, on the last investigation, what we captured, what we discovered, or whatever, And very often they don't do anything. They say, "Oh, take some screenshots, guys, and send them to our Facebook page." It means that they're not investigating themselves. They're dependent on the general public to do their investigating for them. That's not being an investigator yourself. It is great that the public gets involved. Don't get me wrong there. But I think it's very, very important that the investigator themselves thoroughly goes through all the footage and that, But that video is going to go out as soon as possible. I know I said that the last time, but coming up, we have another investigation with some different people, I think, and we're looking forward to that, and we will see you in the next one.